When the defining moment comes, either you define the moment or the moment defines you. Either you define the moment, you decided that you're gonna not concern yourself with the naysayers, that you're not gonna concern yourself with what has happened or what hasn't happened, but you're gonna make the commitment to do what you've gotta do so that you can have a lifestyle that you've never experienced before. Or the moment defines you, and you decide to play it safe. And 20 years from now, you say to yourself, what if I would have taken a chance on myself? What if I would have stayed in the game? What if I would have kept making the phone calls? What if, and what if? But let me tell you something. Something amazing begins to happen when you make the decision to move forward on your goals and your dreams.
If you are an underdog, you gotta believe against all odds. You gotta learn to close your ears to everybody. You gotta learn to close your ears to everything. You gotta learn to block out the distractions, and you gotta learn to get focused, all right? Be very intentional, very deliberate, very strategic. You're very deliberate about what time you wake up. You're very deliberate about what time you go to bed. You're very deliberate about what you eat, what you don't eat. You're very deliberate about the people you bring in your life. You are very, very focused, intentional, and deliberate. Winners win and losers lose. And if you create a culture of losing, if you keep being a victim, if you keep letting losing happen to you, if you keep letting people do you and treat you any kind of way, it's going to become a culture.
And so here's what I say to you. There are going to be times that you're going to be wondering, why should I keep showing up and working my business? Why should I keep at it? Why should I keep showing up to the conventions? Why should I keep picking up the phones and making the phone calls? Why should I keep fighting for my goals and fighting for my dreams? And what I want to remind you is that you got to show up for your life regardless of the circumstances. You got to show up in spite of the naysayers. You got to show up in spite of the conversation going on in your mind. You got to show up for your life, because if you don't, nobody else will.
When you hit something in life, you find a way. You find a way over, around, or through it. You have to stop at nothing. You have to become unstoppable. I want you to fight for this dream like your life depends on it, because it does. If you want to make it happen, it's up to you. You have to put your life on the line and be willing to do whatever it takes.
When the going gets tough, quitting should never be an option. In every project, there's escape hatches. And if you don't bolt them closed when the going gets tough, boom, away you go. When you make up your mind to do something, quitting should never be an option.
Whatever you want, you gotta be willing to accept whatever comes with it. You don't judge a person by where they stand in times of comfort and convenience. You judge them by where they stand in times of challenge and controversy. Like when you work for something, it gives you a different type of attachment to it. The harder you work, the harder it is to surrender. That's why cats can give up so easy. They ain't got nothing invested. They ain't worked for it. They ain't sacrificed for it. But when a cat worked for something, like when a cat been sacrificed for something, well, you gonna have a cold day in hell before you take it from them. Because they value it different.
If you're going to quit when you're at your peak, when you're very, very successful. But don't quit because you're tired of paying the price. You see, if you pay the price, the reward is going to be that much sweeter.
I'm not retreating. I'm not running. I don't care if you say we outnumber. We live by this and we die by this. We don't retreat.
Once we hit that wall, we don't quit, we don't give up. We push a switch called will, and we start using our willpower. Yes, we tired. Yes, the mind is saying give up. Yes, it's saying quit. But we cannot quit because we realize we have not reached the goal yet. This is not what I dreamed about. This is not what I said I was going to do. This is what I talked about. This is not what it looks like. And then once we get past that place, we become comfortable with being uncomfortable. We no longer thrive to be in the comfort zone. We no longer place ourselves in positions that make us feel good, because some of what you want, some of what you're trying to get ain't in the comfort zone. And so if what you want is not in the comfort zone, you got to come out of the comfort zone to get what you want.
Absolutely refuse to quit when you know what you're doing what you're studying, the price you're paying is going to pay enormous dividends in the long run. Remember, 3% of the population earn 97% of all the money that's being earned. It's not an accident. It's not that they're that bright. Some of them aren't. They've learned to pay the price, and they always earn the reward. It's got nothing to do with being smart. It's got nothing to do with being better. It has to do with being wise. And if you learn that lesson and you burn it into your mind, you will always come up with results that stick.
I hear from a lot of people that struggle with all these things. They're caught, they're drowning, they're folding under the weight of pain and suffering and misery, and they ask me what I think. Well, what I think is that you are better than that. You are better, and you can triumph over these dark forces. You can become better. You can be better. But it takes courage, and it's hard. But what is the other choice? What else can we do? Let the darkness completely consume us? No. Do not accept that. Remember what human beings are capable of suffering through, and remember that even in those situations where everything seems to be taken away, when you seem to have no choice at all in the world, remember that you can still choose how you react to the things around you. You can still choose your attitude. It's our choice, and we are responsible. We are responsible to be strong instead of weak, to become what we want to become, not what we let ourselves become. We own the course. You control the narrative. You write the story that you want to write, and make your actions nothing short of heroic. As long as you don't surrender, as long as you don't give up, as long as you don't quit, you are not defeated. Unless you're dead, you are not defeated. And you have not failed. What you've done is you've learned. You've gained experience. And you're still alive. And you have memories to make. So get up and go get after it.
Although New Year's is a season for fresh starts and beginnings, only 23% of New Year's resolutions are held through the year. That's largely because we fall within the knowing versus doing gap.
If you want to be great, want to be the baddest motherfucker ever at what you do, you're going to be misunderstood by everybody because you're going to be so fucking obsessed and so driven to get there. That's what it takes. It takes every second of your fucking life. Anybody says balance? Yeah, balance is important for a lot of people. It is. But if you want to go to that edge where people do not like you, don't understand you, question everything you do, you've arrived. When you are misunderstood to the point where people think you're psycho and you're nuts and you're this and that, why are you in the gym at 1 o'clock in the morning? What's wrong? You will never understand. And that's why I'm so glad you don't. When people don't understand you anymore, you're in that spot of obsession and drive. I hear so much talk. I don't hear a lot of work. It's not going to happen fast. It takes a lot of patience, a lot of time, and a lot of pitfalls, a lot of plateaus. So you have to always be willing to work. And we want to skip forward to peace. Let's skip all this pain and suffering and misery of real life. Let's cover it over, nice big blanket, and let's find peace. No, it's not possible. You got to go to war with yourself before you find peace. It is miserable. to get up every day when it's snowing, not shiny, not comfortable, and to go in the gym and work out when you don't want to go to the gym. It is not fun. It's a hard journey. It's a real journey. It's a journey that's going to take you way outside of being comfortable.
If you want to find peace with yourself, self-esteem, all of these things are going to be found only through sacrifice, getting uncomfortable, and putting yourself in situations that you don't want to do. How badly do you want to change your life, and what are you willing to endure to craft that life that you aspire to have, or do you just want to talk about it?
You have to go beyond writing your vision to executing your vision. You done had the idea, but you have not worked it. But this is the year I need you to start working the plan, working the vision, executing your call, executing the idea, executing the dream, executing what it is that you have imagined. I need you to declare it out loud. I've got to make this work.